Hello guys, we are back. Today we are going to speak about Falange Arancione, that is my Italian team, and the idea is to start a new series linked to the club management in which, through the experience that I'm doing with my main club, I would like to share some tips useful for your teams. Before to start, just a comment, we are more than 100 in the YouTube channel and thank you so much for that. If you are seeing the video but still you are not subscribed, really please join and follow the channel because you will help me and will be easier for me update you with all the novelty that I'm thinking to do in the next weeks and months. But now let's start to speak about Falange Arancione. That is a project started in 2021. I decided to do a long-term plan project with a winger cycle training, buying under 21 national prospects. The baseline, the tool that I'm using since the 2020 that helped me to decide to rebuild the team also is a easy table that I'm doing Google Sheet and do what you prefer in with whatever tool that you prefer, but I suggest you to do something like that. I added season by season all the data that I thought were important to follow. And so I decided to insert the revenue, the expenses, the balance, the salary, because I needed to add because it was increasing so much. The balance of the season, excluding the transfer market. Here you can see the transfer that I did in the seasons. And three important columns at the end that for me are easy to track, but at the same time really important to share with us the health of the team. That means the cash, that is easily the sum of the free cash plus the board reserves. The players value, that it's really easier now. You can go in players team page, go in the statistic in the right and check the total estimated value, that is the sum of the transfer compare value of each player of your team. When you add these two values, you will find the total team value, that are the assets of your team. So if this value is increasing season after season, you are doing well and you are improving the value of your team. But now let's use this table to explain to you the start of the project. First of all, in season 74, I was like the average of the hat-trick users. I was training playmaking without cash. Quite good level of team. I had a good midfield and a quite good 3-5-2 that supported me to reach Series 4. That in Italy is quite competitive, is starting to be tough. And in Series 4 it was so tough that my opponents were stronger than me. I had no cash to upgrade the team, even to buy a good goalkeeper. Therefore, I decided to sell everyone, made 50 millions, and from that 50 millions, I built my new team, buying 4 core players that were the following ones, from 26 to 28, some skill considering defending, playmaking, wingers, passing, and scoring. Everyone was with a specialty. I paid them more or less average 5.5 millions. The potential was around 2,100. The target was train them at 21 years old at 12 playmaking, 15 wingers, and after that reach the peak at 9 defending, 18 playmaking, 18 wingers, and 9 passing. This was the plan. I added on top of the core players just future coaches. I focused just in the experience. I put them always in the leagues matches to gain experience, and also in the same week, if there was the official cup, I put them in both the matches of the week, gaining experience both in the league, both in the cup, because it's a really important experience. And season after season, if you give to your core players the experience also of the cup that is doubling the experience, you will see in the long term the difference. After that, I trained for 5 seasons with 10% stamina share, giving the priority to training, and also due to the fact that I had more time, also because I was not focusing on the competition, I focused on the Yacht Academy, and I did quite good results because I sold Molena at 3 millions, Mazzaroni at 5 millions. I sold also other guy that I did not the screenshot to share to you. And I did money because at the end, if you look at the finance, you can check in Yacht Finances, you can check everything you want in this report. In all the seasons, I made 50 millions. And these millions I made in the last seasons, because before the 2021, I was not so focused on the Yacht Academy management. I was not, I lost a lot of opportunity during the years. Coming back, so training, after that under 21 phase, stamina share increase, all my players played in their own national team. I decided to move the money from the reserve to the gold bar to upgrade players. That means from the board reserve, because I had 40 millions that I was ready to upgrade the team, but I had some money blocked in the reserve. So before the right time, I started to move back the money, and for this reason in Series 84 I had a lot of value in the players, less cash, but a bigger salary. Therefore, in the last season I started to come back and to resell some player that I did with some season trading, and now I reached the peak of the value that I never reached before, and I finished the defending cycle, and now I am fully training playmaking for 4 or 5 seasons, and now I need to keep the Series 5 that is not so easy, because still my player I show you are not ready, because my core players are just with 13 playmaking. For sure they are stronger with their winger skill, but for the 3-5-2 that I'm playing and for the series is not enough. So I should keep the series if I'm lucky. Step by step, when they will grow in playmaking, for sure I will do also good performance in this league. Last comment that I would like to do. Two comments. The first one, try to optimize looking at the value, also the salary. I saw that was so relevant, and I decided to not buy other forwards when I was playing defending. Therefore, I played 5-3-2, and I played it in this way. My 4 core wingers, before to sell 2 of them, I kept all 4 core players. They were with 18 wingers. 2 played like wingers, normal one, and 2 played like forward toward wingers. And I was quite competitive for the league, because I had quite good level of defending, quite good level of tactic, quite good specialties, and 2 strong side attack for the league. So at the end I was second, and this was a way to monitor your values. Monitor the value of your club, because like in this example, I was checking the salary increase was so high that was not necessary add other forwards in a lineup that was enough to keep the level of the league in which I were, and the 18 skill of my winger was helping me already to reach at least 2 side attack really stronger for the competition in which I were. Therefore, this is some tips that I can tell you. The last thing is write always some objectives, targets, task, call as you prefer, but you need to monitor them season after season, and if you still are not able to fix and to reach, try to do in the next season. With this kind of management, for sure you will have in your hands all the value of your team, and you will be able to fix and improve the total team value season after season, reaching your peak. For sure, at the end, when you will reach the 30 years old and you will start the phase in which you will compete, the value of the team will decrease, but at least the performance will be really, really fun. After that, last comment, I suggest you, after all this concept of Phalange Arancione, I suggest you two videos. The first one, the Under 21 packs, in which you can see some suggestion about how you can build your team through the Under 21 packs, and also the best Under 21 lineups used that help you to understand how put the players in which lineup, which repositioning, and you will think about the skill of your player and from that put in the right way in your lineup. So that's it. Really, thanks all of you for following until now. See you in the next video.